year ago today, December 23rd, 2019, I thought I lost everything. Oh man, it's funny what a year will put into perspective for you. God, ooh, it's been one. What's up? My name's Andrew. You can call me Pooch, and welcome to the Less Lonely channel, a place for creators to feel less lonely on their creative journey. Surprise episode, surprise drop. I wasn't planning on putting anything out, and it's going to be super late on Tuesday night, December 23rd, 2020. I'm putting a timestamp on it because this date is important to me. I was reflecting with my wife today after I got home from work. I was just talking about how I was feeling tired and drained and sad and just beat down, and it hit me. December 23rd, 2019 is the day I left my own business. And there's a lot to this story that I can't share and I won't share because it's part of my personal journey and it involves other people as well. And I'm just not interested in, telling their story because that's theirs to tell and theirs to tell in their own way. In a lot of ways, when I think about like stories of people leaving, business partners like butting heads or businesses falling out, it's really dramatic and it's really intense. And there's usually these great stories of like, well, I showed them and I really, took my vision and left and then created this great, awesome thing. And that's not this story. So if you're looking for something like that, if you're looking for kind of like a social network story with Zuckerberg leaving the Winklevoss twins and starting something amazing, then I'm sorry. For me, this story is about leaving something that I would have in the moment called perfect. I would have said to myself that I was doing what I was maybe meant to do, called to do. But, as I sit and reflect on that time, I'm able to say now that it really wasn't that good. It wasn't. It was rough. I just remember leaving the business. I remember sitting in the basement of our offices talking to my business partner with tears in my eyes. And when I finally decided that hey, I'm done, and I said it, hey, I'm done. The next step I had to do, the next thing I had to do was get up and leave. I just remember feeling glued to the chair, I didn't want to move. Because if I left, that meant that the decision, the weight, all the challenges, everything came to a head in that moment. And once I walked out that door, it was over. I've been thinking on this idea for a while, and it kind of found itself expressed through my Instagram, where I posted a photo of this coin. I spent a lot of time this year kind of reading up on Stoic philosophy, and this idea of amor fati, I think I'm saying that right, really stuck with me. And there's a slogan on the back of this coin, and it says this: not merely to bear what is necessary, but to love it. And what's funny is that, I look at 2020 as being this year of just brutal hardships. I thought the end of 2019 was the worst thing that could ever happen. And just reflecting on how down I felt at the turn of the year, going into Christmas, and then going into the new year, it's all these things just started happening kind of at once. It felt like every month was just getting worse and worse and worse. And, from Australia being on fire to then the virus and the shutdown happening to businesses closing, friends losing their jobs, disease, sickness taking people's lives, fear, anxiety, depression, people just combating one another left and right. I thought 2019 was bad. And I just look back at that time and I'm like, man, I thought my world was crumbling. As sad as I am that I left my business, as much as it hurt, as much as I feel like a failure for leaving it, it was necessary. And as I reflect on what it has brought me, I've really begun to love that time of my life, no matter how stressed or anxious I was. Not because I was succeeding and crushing it, but because I was finding out more of who I was and what I wanted to do. My business is actually what got me into vlogging. I've shared that story before. And I started finding friends and people who wanted to be a part of the process, who wanted to help tell their stories, who wanted to take great photos and videos. And I just think about how crazy it is that all of this started this year, 2020, a year of like hell on earth. Like seriously, it all started this year. And if you were to tell me in 2019 when everything was crumbling that I would have had so many great opportunities to make memories, tell stories, share experiences, I mean, geez, I don't think I would have believed you. We've lost a lot in 2020. And for some of us, like, the creativity has not come. We've needed to like shut it off and just survive, and that's okay. That's important. And the last thing I want to do, like in this video, is just tell you to be grateful for the hardships and get over it. And, you know, hey, this is going to make you a better person, because it may not. It may just make things more difficult. Like, hey, we made it. We survived. If you're here with me right now, if you're watching this video, congratulations, you made it. Whew. Despite the odds. That's a big deal. I think it's something worth celebrating. I think it's something worth noting. And we don't know what effects all of this is going to have on us in the long term. Like, there could be a lot of negative effects, like shared trauma, and the fact that like the world has been literally in chaos, it seems like, for a full year. It's just been so crazy. It's just been so crazy. You can't plan for anything. I never would have thought this is how the year would have turned out, and yet the experiences I've had have been nothing short of amazing. I've been locked in this room for so many hours, and yet I still feel like I've done more. I've done more this year than I ever have before. When I think about fate, I'm left scratching my head. A random collection of moments create our life, our experiences. And if 2020 has taught us anything, it's clearly these moments are out of our control. But it is the collection of these moments that shape us. YouTube has been the greatest gift from 2019 when I left my business. It's not done anything for me in regards to fame or success, but it has allowed me to document these crazy, random moments. And when I play them back, I see life, not death. And so my hope for you is that you can see the things that maybe might be growing out of some really dark times. That you find out more about yourself so that you can do more of the things that you want to do. Yeah, that sounds really good. Let's do that. I just want to like punch something. Just punch my softbox.
I feel like I'm always filled with a little bit of expectance, but I'm also always a little bit frustrated with how long things take. You see, another word that I use for anticipation is straight up waiting, time. Not getting what you want immediately? Yeah,